Hi friends, welcome to the next session on Python. So this is Santosh Avalamurthy and welcome to my channel Programming Made Easy. So in the last session we had introduction to Python. So in this session we are going to see some more basics about Python and the data types that are provided by Python. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to the channel to get the notification on all my videos, and also don't forget to click on the bell icon. Okay, first is about comments. So how do we give comments in Python? Now what are comments? So comments are used to make the code more readable. Okay. As a developer or any coding you do, comments are very important. It not only helps you to understand the code, it also helps the others to understand the code. And putting comments will not cost you anything, so be very liberal in putting the comments. The more comments you put, more comfortable you will be in reading and understanding the code. So there are two types of comments we can provide in Python. One is single line command that is done using hash symbol, and second one, there is a multi-line command which is used by using three double quotes like the way I have shown here. So when you want to comment just a single line, you can use hash symbol. Also remember, you can put the comment at the end of a line. For example, x equal to 5, and then you put your comment what that x is for. Now, very important thing, variables. So variables are nothing but the containers for storing the data values. So any value that you want to store, then we should have a variable. So this is very interesting in Python. Like any other programming language, you take like C, C++ or Java, C Sharp, anywhere, we have to declare a variable. But in Python, there is no command for declaring the variable. A variable is created when we assign a value to it, and the type of the variable depends on what value we assign it to. Okay, so this is quite different compared to other languages. For example, if you take in, let's say in C++, so you will declare int x equal to 10. Okay, so you have to mention what is the type of the variable, or char x equal to a. So we have to mention, but here in Python, so when you assign the value, depending on what value we assign, the type of the variable is determined. For example, if you say x equal to 5, it becomes integer variable. If you say x equal to 5.5, it becomes a float variable. If you say x equal to ABCD, then it becomes a string variable. And also the same variable you can change the type once you assign a different value to it. Now x equal to 5, then it can become x equal to 5.5 you can assign, then immediately it becomes a float variable. So casting is used to convert variables from one data type to other. Okay, so we will be using this extensively in all our programs, so you will be definitely able to understand. Immediately after this, in the coding section, we will see what casting is about. So basically, so whenever you want to convert the data type, let's say you want to convert integer to string, or you want to convert float to string, and you, from the string you want to assign it to integer variable. So whenever you want to do these kind of data conversions, then we'll be using the casting principle or casting mechanism. Now, if you want to get the data type of a variable, you can use type function to get the data type of a particular variable. Now, strings can be declared either as single quote or as double quotes. So variable names are case sensitive. So small x equal to 5 and capital X equal to 5, they are not same. Small x is a different variable, capital X is a different variable. Now let's see in the code some of these concepts that we understand so that we can easily understand this. Now here first we started with the command. So you can see this is a single line command and this is a multi-line command. Okay. Now you can also give a command at the after your statement. For example, I can say this is also possible. X is used to store, let's say, student ID. So this is also valid. So you can use at the beginning of the line or after your statement also we can use a command. So this is how two types of commands are there in Python, a single line command and a multi-line command. Now coming to the variable, so here I've declared a variable. You can see x equal to 5. So I'm not mentioning what is the data type of x. Okay. So I'm not mentioning the data type of x here. So I'm just saying x equal to 5. So what it to me internally, it indicates that x is a integer data type. So let me run this program so that we can understand this. You can see here class comment. So sorry, class int. That means x is of type int. Now suppose if I assign x with test string, then it will automatically change the type. So let us change this as test, and now if I run the command, run the program, so it shows as a str. So it is of type str. That means so you can change the value to a variable and there is no declaration for a variable, and the type of the variable depends on the value assigned to it, and you can get the type of the variable by using this function type. Okay. There are some other cool features with respect to the variables here. You can see this line x comma y comma z equal to 1 comma test comma 2.0. That means I am declaring three variables and I am assigning the values to three variables in a single line. That is possible. Also, if you want to assign the same value to multiple variables, that is also possible. You can say x comma y comma x equal to y equal to z equal to 1. That means all three variables will have the value 1. Okay. So this facility is available in Python. Next, coming back to the slide, global variables. Now, what are global variables and what are local variables? So there are mainly two types of variables we are talking about here, a local variable and a global variable. Local variable means its scope is limited to the function in which it is used. A global variable is one which we can access even access from any function for that matter, that is called as a global variable. So global variables are the variables that are created outside of a function are known as global variables. Means I can access global variables from any function. Local variables are limited, their scope is limited to the function in which they are declared. Global variables can be used both inside the functions and outside the functions. To create a global variable inside a function, we can use the keyword global. Now let us see how this works. Okay. Now here I have declared y equal to global variable as my first line of the program. So that means I can access y anywhere. Now y is here global variable. So I'll print inside this function also print y. Okay, and I'm also printing y here. Okay, so let me just change it as variable as GB global variable. So I'm printing inside a function and also I'm printing outside the function. Now let us run the program. So you can see here global variable. This is inside the function. So after the local variable here, so it is printed global variable. And also I am printing outside here also. So here also it is getting printed global variable. So global variables can be used or can be accessed inside the functions or outside the function. Now, if I want to declare a variable as a global variable inside the function, you can declare it as global. Now, this XYZ I can access inside this function and also I can access outside here also because that scope is declared as global. You can see XYZ local variable. So we are printing inside the function. Now this is a function. This is how we declare a function in Python. So we'll be seeing more about it later. But for now, this is a function where I'm declaring XYZ as a global variable. Now once I declare it as a global variable, I can access it outside the function also. So if I remove this global variable keyword, then I will not be able to access XYZ outside. Okay. Now coming back to the PPT. Now what are the data types? So these are the basic data types which are provided by Python. So text data type, that is of type str. If you get the type of the variable, it gives str. Numeric, there are three types: integer, float and complex. Sequence type, list and tuple. Mapping type, dictionary. Set type, set. Boolean type is bool. Now let us see about list. So these other data types, they are pretty much simple and most of the places it remains same. So we'll not get into the details of it. So we'll get into the collection data types, that is list, tuple, dictionary and set. Okay, we'll briefly see these data types. We are not going to get into all the functions of these particular data types because that itself will take a lot of time. As and when we use the particular functions of a particular collection data type, that time I will explain you what that function does. Now for now we will just see the characteristics of each of these data types, collection data types. Now, which data type when to use, it depends on you, and which is most suitable for your scenario has to be identified. So to do that, we should know what are these data types and what are its characteristics. Now, list is used to store multiple items in a single variable. You can think these as arrays, but normally if you see array, it is array of a single data type. If I say integer array, you can have only integer values. But these collections, what Python provides, you can have any data type. Okay, so list is used to store multiple items in a single variable. It is one of the collection types. As I told, there are four collections: list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Now, list is created using square brackets. So this is a sample. So whenever you are using square brackets, that is how you are defining or creating a list. Now, list is ordered. That means the items in the list have a specific order. Changeable, that means you can change the value of a particular item in the list. It allows duplicate values. That means in a list you can have same value multiple times. List items are indexed. That means you can access the items using the index like 0, 1, 2, like that. Now in this particular case, this is list of 0 returns apple. This is list of cherry 2 gives us cherry. List items can be of any data type. So within a list, you can have integer value, you can have string value, you can have a float value, or you can even have a list within the list. That is also possible. Now let us quickly see about list. So this is, I just commented the code. Let me remove it. So this is how I'm declaring the list. As you can see, in this list, I have a string value, I have an integer value, I have boolean value, I have float value. Now when you say print of this is list, it returns the string, and this is the indexing I was talking about. Now remember, the list will always start with 0. Okay. Now this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So let us run and see what will happen. You can see here A, B, C, D, 1, true, and this is list of 2 gives us true because it starts with 0, 0, 1, 2. Okay. Next, tuple. A tuple is used to store multiple items in a single variable. It's a collection which is ordered and unchangeable. That means it is a kind of read-only data. You cannot modify the value once you create a tuple. Now basically tuples you can use when you want to return the output from your program to another program which is only using your return value. That is one of the scenario, right? So for example, the output of a query, the select query output. So it can be only used. It is not meant to be modified. It is only meant to be used. So that is an example where tuple can be used. Tuples are written with round brackets, or you can say curve brackets. So this is the example. This tuple, apple, banana, cherry. Tuple items are indexed. That means similar to list, you can access using the index. Tuple items can be of any data type. Now let us see the tuple here. So this is my tuple. If you run, so it gives us the output. See, I declared both same list, tuple. Now, what is the main difference between tuple and list? In case of list, we can modify the items, and in case of tuple, we cannot modify the items. Now, let's get to set. Sets is used to store multiple items in a single variable, is a collection which is unordered, unchangeable, unindexed, and do not allow duplicate values. So it is very important to understand the characteristics. Unordered means you cannot expect in what order the value will return. Because of that, you cannot use the index. You are not sure. When you are looping a particular set, you don't know which item will return. It can be any item. That is called unordered. Unchangeable. You cannot change the value of a set, but we can add additional values to a set, additional items to the set, but you cannot modify the existing values. Unindexed, because unindexed means you cannot use the index 0, 1, 2 to access a set item, and do not allow duplicate values. A set cannot have duplicate value. Set are written with curly brackets or flower brackets. This is the example. This is set apple, banana, cherry. Set items are not indexed. Set items can be of any data type. So let's get back to the program here. And here you can see a set is created using flower bracket or curly brackets. Now here if you observe, I have defined or declared created as ABCD 1 through 2.5 ABCD. But if you print this, okay, so what you will see, I'll just comment this line alone. Okay, now let us run. See, 1 ABCD 2.5. The other ABCD is not there. Second thing, we were telling it is unordered. Okay, what that means. Now here, first item here is ABCD, then 1. Okay, right? But here, if you see, first 1 has come. Okay, so that is what it is unordered. You don't know which item will return. Okay. Now I will just remove this line and see what will happen. Sorry, it went to debug mode. I'll just stop it. Run without debugging. Now it gives error. Why? Because set object is not subscriptable. I cannot use indexing for the script. That is why the error has come. Okay. So that is the main difference. In set, you cannot have duplicate value. Okay. And if cannot be indexed. Next is dictionary. A dictionary are used to store data values in key value pairs. So whenever you want a kind of key value pair kind of data structure, then we can go for dictionary. So items are presented in key value pairs and they can be referred to by using the key name. It's a collection which is ordered, changeable, and do not allow duplicate keys. This is very important. Your key cannot be duplicate, but your values can be duplicate. And we can change the value of a particular key. And it is ordered. Dictionary is written with curly brackets, but inside you will have a key value pair. So this is the example. You can see this is dictionary. So these are the keys: brand, model, and year. And this is the value: Ford, Mustang, and 1964. So values can be of any data type. Okay. So you can see here one is integer, one is string. Now let's see the dictionary in action. So this I'll remove. This I'll remove. Now this is a dictionary where I'm having brand, whether it is electric or not, year, and then the colors. Now here year is two times the key is declared, and let's see what will happen. And here you can see for colors we are assigning value as a list. And in case of dictionary, each after each key you will have a comma to separate or indicate that this particular key value pair is over. Next one has to start. Now let us run this and see what will happen. So here you can see brand, electric, year, then colors. The other year is not there. Now, how do you access the value of a particular key? It's very simple. Dictionary name, then in square brackets, you just give the key name, so it will return the value to us. Now, let's get back. So, in this particular slide, I have put each of the collection, their properties, and the difference. Now, when you talk about creation, list is created using square bracket, tuple, round bracket, set, flower bracket, dictionary, flower bracket. Duplicate values, list will allow, tuple will allow, set will not allow. In case of dictionary, duplicate keys are not allowed. Ordered, list yes, tuple yes, set no, dictionary yes. Index, list yes, tuple yes, set no. In case of dictionary, it is not applicable. Basically, we are taking the keys here. In case of changeable, list yes, tuple we cannot change, set we cannot change, but in set we can add additional items. Dictionary changeable yes. I hope you understood the various data types here and what are the differences between the collection types. Now, as I mentioned, when to use what collection, it has to be known by you before using it for the effective usage of your particular data type. Now, let's get into the interview questions. There are so many interview questions we can ask. I've only selected few of the questions. So please go through the video again and again to understand, and you yourself will get so many information which you can use and you can prepare. Now, how to declare a single line comment by using hash. Then how to have multi-line comment by using three double quotes. How do you declare variable? There is no way to declare variable in case of Python. So you just give the variable name and assign the value. Depending on the value you assign, the type is determined internally. How to get the data type? By using type function. How to declare global variable? So using global keyword. Now global keyword you need to use if you are declaring a global variable inside the function, or if you don't want to do that, you can just declare it at the top of your program. Then also it will be treated as a global variable. In that case, there is no need to use global keyword. What are the collection data types? List, tuple, set, and dictionary. How to write list? By using square brackets. Will tuple allow duplicate values? Answer is yes. Will set allow duplicate values? The answer is no. Will dictionary allows duplicate keys? The answer is no. But in case of dictionary, you can have duplicate values. So that's all I have, folks, today. I hope the session was very helpful. I recommend everybody to go through the video multiple times and also practice yourself to get the basics. So these are very informative, very basic information that you should be thorough, so that it helps you in all the future programs and you can quickly start developing Python programs. So if you like this video, do like it. Please give me comments what we should improve, what you like, what you didn't like, and kindly share the video, which can help a lot of people. Do subscribe to my channel if you have already subscribed, and also don't forget to click the bell icon. So that's all I have, folks. I have Thank you so much for watching the video. See you all again in the next video. So take care. Bye bye.